Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to create this super dewy makeup look. So we're going to start with a bit of skincare. So I've already done all of this, but I'm going to show you the products that I've used. These have massively helped my skin throughout lockdown and I think I'm obsessed with them. They are recommended by Georgina Makeup. So it's the Ella Miss Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. I've been using this twice a day to remove my makeup, and I also use it as a mask about once a week. So you just leave it on for like 15 minutes and your skin feels so hydrated. It's beautiful. After that, I then go in with the Pixie Glow Tonic. So this has got 5% glycolic acid, which really helps reduce your pore size and just really refines the skin. I still have a couple blemishes here and there and scarring, but once lockdown is over, I'm going to be getting some Dermapen with one of the ladies who works with me, and that's going to help my scarring. So I also use this Fitchy 89 Mineral Fortifying and Plumping Daily Booster. So I love how this gives my skin a shine. You can really see it on the camera as well. So we're going for a very, very glowy base for this kind of summer glowy glam look. Kind of JLo inspired. So to prime, I have used the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter in shade 3. This is a really gorgeous primer if you want a glowy finish. And I'd say this shade works for quite a lot of people. My skin is obviously a bit paler, but it gives me a bit of colour, which I quite like. So if I wanted to wear it on its own, I could. So I am using the Sheer Glow from NARS. This is my favourite foundation to do a glowy look. And it's a really good coverage. I wouldn't recommend using this if you are oily. I am quite oily, but for this look, I wanted to show you a really glowy base, and this is going to give us that. If you are more oily and you want to kind of get that glowy finish, you could still probably get it with a more matte foundation with this primer on. I just really want that glow to come through in the pictures a bit more, but I wouldn't be able to wear this all day because I'll probably melt. So I'm mixing the shades Stromboli and Santa Fe, because Santa Fe is a little bit paler and Stromboli is a little bit too dark for me at the moment. I definitely feel like quite often people have like a foundation that's too light and then one that's too dark, and they go and buy the one in the middle, and it's like, but you could just make it. You could mix. Not waste any product. So I'm using the Instapop face brush from Real Techniques. I love how this foundation feels. It is so lightweight on your skin, it feels like you're not wearing any. I also threaded my lip yesterday and now it's so smooth, it's like a dream. It feels like it just makes my face look so much better. I'm also going to use a new product that I've been sent in post, which I think has just launched. I just got a sample and it's the Becca Ignite Liquified Light Highlighter. So there's 3 shades. I don't know what the difference is. I think let's go Passion. Do we have Passion? We do. So there's loads of different shades. Oh no, I think I just opened another one. Oops. This is the shades. So I'm going for the shade Passion, which is like the second one. So this reflects gold, but it's a light colour. Because I'm not that tanned, I think that's going to be perfect for me. So I'm actually going to use this. Ooh. Oh, that is stunning. Look at that. Oh, wow. I think I'm going to be buying the big size one now. Great. So I'm just going to pat it on top of my cheekbone because we're going for that really glowy look. So this is perfect for that. I would normally use my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter here, but we're trying something new. It smells gorgeous. It smells expensive. It smells like perfume. I'm also putting it on my nose a little bit. And on my forehead. So you could use a brush for this as well. I'm just using my finger because I find it easier to blend. I feel like I need to like put this all over my body as well, but you can't see any of my body. But I mean the outfit's shiny, so it kind of works. It's very oily consistency, so I don't know how comfortable I'd be putting this on top of powder. So I'd probably focus this on before you put any powder on. To be honest with you, because I'm doing such a glowy look, I might not even put much powder on at all for this look. I look like a KFC. My chin is so shiny. So I'm going to do a very contoured look for this. So I'm using, oh, that's a lot of product. I'm using the Warm Contour Stick from Sosu. This is a really gorgeous shade if you're kind of, I'd say, slightly tanned to middle tanned. Basically, if you're any darker than me, it's going to be too light. If you're too light, then it's going to look too orange. So basically, you need to pretty much be my shade. But they do have darker ones, and they have a cooler one which would be better for my pale girls. So I'm just going over the chin. I'm just using it on my tip of my nose. So I'm using the Peaches and Cream PC15 brush to apply the cream contour. I actually really prefer to kind of blend my cream contour as I go rather than drawing lines and trying to blend it, because I find that really difficult and it doesn't look as seamless. So I'm just going back into my foundation brush to make sure I've covered any blemishes and that there's no harsh lines. I also really want to go into this part of the eye. You really want to bring the eye makeup into the temple for this look. So I added a little bit of an ashier shade, which is the shade Mink. On its own this is way too ashy, but mixed with the warm Sosu stick kind of works alright. So I've just kind of placed it down the sides of the nose as close together as I can, and I'm just blending it in with the foundation. So I've just applied some of the Tarte Shape Tape in shade Light Neutral and Light. So I put the light neutral here and the light one right in the centre of the eye. And I'm just taking it right up to the edge where we did that nose contour, just to pinch the nose a little bit. I think I will go over that Becca once I've done this, because I feel like this concealer is quite matte. So we don't want to take away that glow there, so I probably will just do another bit of shimmer. And I'm just going with the concealer underneath the cheekbone just to enhance that contour a bit further. And on the chin, down the bridge of the nose. Just shapes the face so much. So I'm just going to go back in with that Becca highlighter. So for a really glowy look, if you're doing like a photo shoot, you probably won't even want to use any translucent powder. If you're doing like a beauty shoot, unless you might want to do like a little bit here on like the areas you don't want shine. So like in the parts of the nostrils, maybe underneath the cheekbones. But you want to keep that glow to the skin. So because I have such oily skin, I am going to very, very lightly set majority of it, and especially underneath the eyes, because you don't want it to crease. But I'm just using a very minuscule amount. And just a light patting motion. That Becca should shine through anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. So my boyfriend just called me, so he interrupted. But whilst he called me, I was just going over the contour with the MAC Dark Golden. So this is a really, really good contour for anyone who's paler to probably my skin tone, no darker. I use the Give Me Sun for anyone a little bit darker, and then I also use the Dark Deepest for anyone darker than that. But I'm just patting over those areas that we did cream contour, and you can see it's really just deepen that contour further. Because we are going for that super glowy look, I really want to make sure you're using something buildable. Like the Give Me Sun's great, but you have to be careful with it because you can end up using too much, whereas this one you can really kind of build it up and it's not going to go crazy. It's also really good for paler skin because it's not too orangey. So I'm also going to use the Becca Snapdragon blush. This is a really gorgeous pink shade. I got this after I went to the Melly Sophia masterclass. It's very bright looking, so you do have to go carefully with it and build it up. It's got a bit of a shimmer to it as well. So it's perfect for a glowy look. I'm just taking it on the apples of the cheeks, so when you smile, kind of the puffy bit, I guess. And then I also like to take it up my cheekbone as well. So I'd normally do my brows at this stage, but I'm not going to because I'm going to do my eye makeup and then I'll do my brows last. So I'm going to use the Be Perfect eye primer. I'm just going to apply this all the way underneath the brows. And I'm just blending it up to the top of the brow. I'm not using it to carve the brows out for this because the brow look I'm going to do later. I might end up doing that anyway when I'm doing the brows. So I know a lot of people use foundations on their eyelids, but just don't do that. It's just going to make your eyeshadow crease. It's not going to stay as well. Just use an eye primer or a concealer at least on your eyelid. So I'm just doing the same on the other eye. Glowy looks definitely are the ones that photograph the best. They just don't last on me. I literally look crazy after a couple of hours. And I'm just going to repeat that colour underneath the eyes. So when you're doing it underneath the eyes, pinch the brush and it will basically create like a flat eyeshadow brush and it'll save you from cleaning two brushes. So that's a great top tip right there. And I'm taking it quite low down because it is such a light shade, you really can go quite low with this. And I'm also taking it into my temples. I'm using some of the bronzer to blend that further. I'm taking it into the front of the brow as well. I'm joining it into that nose contour. So, despite us doing a really natural one, I still want to deepen the outer corners just a little more. So I'm going in with quite a dark shade just to deepen the outer corner. This is the shade Intuition from the same palette. And I'm really just going to focus this on the outer edge of the eye. And I think I'm going to use a brown liner for this look, for something different. I don't know if I like any of my actual brown eyeliners, so I might even try a lip pencil, so we'll see. If you're doing a natural look and you want to deepen it further, this is where you want to deepen it, just the outer corner near the lash line. And you can do the same with the bottom, just focus it on the outer corner. We're going in with some lip liner. So this is the shade Vibes, shade Vibes. So this is a lip liner and this is called Vibes from Morphe. I'm going to use this as my waterline liner because it's a really gorgeous warm brown. I feel like it's really going to stand out in pictures. And I'm really taking it into the lash line so that it lasts. Oh, that does look pretty. That's really making my eye colour pop. And because it's a natural look, we don't want the black because that's too harsh. The brown is perfect. So I'm actually going to apply this to the eyelid as well. Just along the lash line. We're going over this later because I haven't done the shimmer yet, but I just wanted to see what it would look like. Because it's a lip pencil, it's a lot more movable. So you can give that softer effect. I'm going to take it into my lash a bit more. So I wouldn't really say there's any golds. There's like one gold in this palette, but it's not the right gold for this look. But there is highlighters on the left-hand side. This is the one I'm going to use. So I'm going to use this to start my eye makeup and then I'm going to add some pigments to add to it. So I'm placing this all over the front of the eyelid. And just bringing it up to the crease of the eye. So now I'm going to use some of the NYX Glitter Primer. I'm actually going to try mixing it with some of these Becca drops, just to kind of give it a little bit more shimmer. Don't know what's the point in that, but I mean, I'm going to try it. I'm just pressing this all over the front of the lid. I'm just going to do it an eye at a time because it does dry quite quick. And I'm using the shade Most Wanted from Peaches and Cream, which is now my favourite. From Peaches and Cream, which is now my favourite pigment for a gold look. So it's quite a light gold colour. So I'll then repeat the same on the other side. I definitely do like the Becca drops, but they are very similar to the iconic ones. And I do have the iconic original, but I wouldn't mind maybe a slightly darker shade. So if I do get a darker shade, I probably will get this one because the bottles are a bit bigger. They've got the same consistency, that oiliness to them. I'm then going to go in to the Carnival palette again, and I'm using the shade Inspire, this one, to blend the edges. So I really like to use a pressed shimmer to blend the edges of a pigment. And this is a perfect in-between shade between that gold and the brown. I can't find my Charlotte Tilbury liner, so we're going back in with the Morphe. I'm just going over that liner again, the brown liner, lip liner, nonetheless. I need to get like a brown gel liner, so if anyone has any suggestions, I think someone said the Inglot one's good, so I need to get that. So I'm going to use brown eyeshadow for a liner because I don't have a brown eyeliner at the moment. This is how it is. So I'm just using the shade Intuition again. And I'm just really patting it close to the lash line. Be careful when you're doing this when you've got a base on because it can cause fallout. I just want to blend the edge into the eye makeup a bit. So if you do get fallout, just very lightly dust it off with a powder brush. So I'm going to put some mascara on, so I'm using the Ico Black Magic Mascara. I've already got this on, so I'm just going over it on the top lashes and making the bottom lashes dark again. So you probably would actually want to finish this look without lashes or with cluster lashes, but I find them too time consuming and I can't really reuse them. So I'm going to use strip lashes for this look, but I am going to use some really natural ones. I'm going to use the Kimberley from Doll Beauty. So I'm also going to use that same lip liner pencil that we did on the eyes, and I'm going to use that on the lips. So I want to create like a pouty look today. So I'm going to overline my lip. I'm going to overline my Cupid's bow, but then I'm going to keep the edges the same as where they are, and then we're going to do a bit of lip contouring as well. You can like totally change the shape of your lips the way you line them. And then I'm also going to almost straighten off my Cupid's bow a bit. And then to contour, you do a line down the middle of the bottom lip, a line down the middle of the top lip, and then across. And then because this is now my lipstick, because I've used it so much, I'm not even going to bother putting it in my kit. And I'm just going to draw it straight on my lips. And kind of blend that liner in with the lipstick. My lips are really, really dry. And then I'm going to go in with a brush and use the brush to blend those edges a bit further. And I just really want to make sure you can see the colour difference, so I'm just going over that liner a little bit. And then I'm going over the lips with some gloss. This is the Huda Beauty Shameless gloss. So I don't actually think I need any powder highlight for this look, so I'm just going to put the lashes on, and then that is the end of this look, minus the brows. So for lashes, I'm going to use the Doll Beauty Kimberley lashes. These are really gorgeous, wispy natural lash. I'm really upset I'm having to open another pack. I don't know where they are. So I always trim the inner corner of these and the outer corners a little bit. Depending on your eye shape, you might not need to trim the outer corners, but I would definitely recommend doing the inners. Otherwise they will poke you a little bit in the eye. For glue, I like to use the Tatty Lashes glue because I find this stays really well. So while I'm waiting for that glue to dry, I'm going to do some setting spray. So for setting spray for a super glowy look, the iconic Prep Set Glow is my favourite. It smells like perfume, it's so nice. Okay, I feel like I may have gone a bit too far with that setting spray because I look really, really, really glowy, but we're going to roll with it. Hopefully it's still a bit wet. I feel like I've had a shower. So I just applied those Kimberley lashes. You can see they work really well with this look. So to start with, I'm going to use my favourite HD product, which is the HD Brows Colourfix. I have already used the HD Brows Brow Maximizer day and night so that I can get my brows looking as full as they do. So this is just going to pick up on all those hairs that I've grown in. And it's going to just pick up all of those hairs and make the brows look fuller. So it's really great to mimic the tint. And I like to use it to brush my brows up. So I'm using the Colourfix in the shade Vamp. So this product is really great if you're missing your tint. Hopefully we will be able to see our brow stylist very, very soon. As this adds colour to the hairs, it does mean you won't have to fill them in as much. So I'm then just going to go in very, very lightly with the HD Brows Brow Tech in shade Vamp again. And this is just going to fill in any sparse areas. My brows don't tend to go as far in as I want them, so that's the main area I'm going to fill in. So So this brow pencil is great because it's really nice and fine, so you can mimic hair strokes with it, and it also comes with a spoolie on the other end. So you just want to use it in the direction that the hairs are going and just fill in any sparse areas. Don't feel like you need to draw the whole brow in if you've already got quite a lot of hair there. When it comes to doing the front of the brow, you want to make sure you're spacing the hair strokes out so that you don't get too much of a harsh front. And you always want to follow the direction of the hairs. And if you have any strays, you can hide those using a bit of concealer. So there you go, there's how I fill in my brows to make them look natural and fluffy. So my camera cut out before I was able to film a proper outro. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I'll just leave you here with a few images of me looking super posy. Please make sure to subscribe.